It's now time for Around Town on KWN Community TV Channel 7. The views and opinions on tonight's program are not necessarily those of the staff nor the management of KWN TV 7 and Dade County Broadcasting Incorporated. Now, let's go Around Town on KWN TV 7.
He didn't line us up. I don't. You're on the TV.
So
How
How
about
about-
right into this conversation?
how about Tennessee's classy act this weekend?
It showed the low class they are.
I have always said that they are one of the most. Look, it's me again. I'm not even. Yeah, I am. Obnoxious teams. That proved it. Now that being said, one of our guys, 13 years ago, did the same thing, just one-handed though. But it's not good either way. But
It's not good. It's not good. And when you're getting beat, as bad as they's getting beat.
when you're 3 touchdowns behind, you ain't no bragging to do.
No, you need to. And when you had won, how many ball games have they won?
Have they?
I don't know.
I just keep up with my guys. Tennessee's 1-4.
Are you kidding me?
Against who?
You always have somebody you can beat.
Oh, they must have played Central.
I'm beginning to wonder about that, Robert.
They haven't won any in the
SEC,
Okay,
they played Tennessee. I mean, they played
Central.
Yeah. We're just kind of
So-
digging. We're kind of digging us a hole. here.
I want Cody to
Okay,
put
now-
a video up here that I sent him,
Okay. I think your necklace is asking.
so you can. Cody, why is it always me?
I think you need to lose the skeleton.
Well, I'm tied up in it right now, so we're just gonna have to work with it. I want you to see what I did this weekend. I had a very productive weekend. You know, this is my favorite season coming up.
You cleaned house?
You don't have to clean house. This is the time you don't have to clean house.
Oh my God, that looks like a brain.
I made that.
What is that?
I made that. It's
What
a
is
cake.
it? It's a cake
Yeah.
that looks like a brain.
Now see if you can find the pictures. Okay, he's gonna pull the pictures up, and I added eyeballs.
to the cake.
Yeah. I had always wanted to know if I could make one.
Is how?
So that was one of the eyeballs before I actually laid it by the cake.
Now, what'd you make that out of? What'd you make the eyeballs out of?
Fondant. There's red velvet cake in the center, and then fondant, and there's red velvet cake in the brain. And then the blood stuff is just I took a thing of cherries and blended them up real good and put vanilla in them and a little bit of blue food coloring to get the color for the brain. And then I made a gelatin sweet glaze to give it the.
Now, did you eat this cake?
Not yet. That's tonight.
Oh.
But I've eaten. Of course, you got to eat some, you know, when you're trimming and cutting. And I'm not a big cake eater. I just did it to see if I could do it.
Well, it looked like a good cake. You need to make one for up on the square. You need to make a big one like that for up on the square Saturday.
You don't know how long that took.
Oh, I can imagine.
But anyway, I had always wanted to see if I could do anything with fondant, and I did.
Well, you did a good job. You did a very good
And it's
job.
funny, the comments on Facebook like, "Oh my God, that is so nasty," but that's good. That's good, you know.
Well, it was a very interesting cake.
It was. So you had football Friday.
Yes, that didn't go well.
You missed our guy again.
I know. Don't tell me about it because I'm going to get that something. As a matter of fact, I meant to call the cable company today and get it.
The DVR.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get. Now, can I go back and watch the ones I've missed with the DVR thing?
You should be able to if you have on demand.
They've won 3 games, Robert said. Well,
Wow.
UMass, little bitty schools,
little schools.
Indiana State. So
Right.
Yeah, it didn't go well Friday night at the ball game. Just senior night.
Right. It was. I forgot about that.
Yep, that was nice. All the kids and their parents and different people, you know. That was nice. That was very nice.
Well, you need to dress your kids up, your grandkids up, and bring them to Children of the Corn Saturday.
I can assure you they're going to be there. Are you kidding? We've been getting crap together to be there since for about 2 weeks now.
The Trick or Treat Alley, is a long-standing tradition, but we just added Children of the Corn, and that's a scarecrow contest. So the best dressed scarecrow, first, second, third
Well,
place.
I think I got one coming dressed as a skeleton, and I don't know what the other one's coming dressed
Well, we have our
as.
zombie walk at 8:30, so there's plenty of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I do want to tell everybody, when I say Children of the Corn, we all know what we grew up for Children of the Corn.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's kind of
Right,
spooky.
right. Well, I try to put a good happy spin on things. So it's a scarecrow contest. Now, whether you are a happy scarecrow or a not happy scarecrow is up to you.
Or a scary scarecrow.
They will all be judged fairly. So
That's a neat idea.
I love scary movies, and I love anything to do with that. And it makes me so upset. People say, no, I can't watch.
Well, you're in your
Or
element.
I can't go there because you know what? So I'm trying to put a fun spin on everything.
You're in your element right now because 2 or 3 channels are showing scary movies. I know Dracula on one channel. They've had they're going to have Dracula the whole month of February.
Well, I've had The Walking
October.
Dead on all week.
Yeah,
It was.
I've seen it's been on.
Because last night was the premiere.
Oh, I'm counting down to the Christmas movies start on Hallmark.
No,
Oh, I love them Christmas movies.
I like the Santa Claus. I
Yeah.
like those.
Oh yeah.
I like those, but I'm not a big Christmas movie buff.
Well, I used to not be, and then you pay for this stupid charter cable, and there's nothing on it.
Well, there's Hispanic channels.
Well, I can't speak. And I'm still from the old school. I live in the United States. I'm not learning the
The
language.
key language, right?
Yeah.
I want pick 10. I want the cable company to come out with a pick 10.
And
you
you
get
pick
your
10
local
channels?
channels, and then you pick 10 of just whatever you want,
And that's it.
and that's all you get on your TV.
That's one of the best ideas you've ever had. Can you carry through with that?
I ain't got Robert. You got more pull than I do.
But we've got a plan.
Yeah. We want the cable company to have a pick 10 where you automatically, when you subscribe, you get your local channels, but then you pick 10 other channels, and that's it. Nothing else shows up on your TV.
And that's what you have to pay for. Lord, I like that idea. Well, to be honest with you, about 10 channels is all you got because some of them's like, duh,
I can cover it in 10.
yeah. 72 and 172 are the same thing, I think.
Right. One's HD and one's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I want, I'd have to have Discovery Channel because I like to watch those.
yeah, I like Discovery Channel.
I like the History Channel.
Love the History Channel.
I got to have AMC because that's where The Walking Dead is.
Yeah, and they got good movies on there too.
Right. So
And then you
I
got,
can get away. I like the Game Show Network because I love to watch Steve Harvey.
yeah, on,
Yeah. Family Feud.
yeah.
So,
He is so funny.
3, 9, 12, CW.
Yeah.
I like the
I wouldn't
CW.
want I wouldn't want the Country Western Channel. I could
Well,
do
the
without it.
CW has Vampire Diaries on it too.
Oh, really? What they doing on the Country Channel?
That's not Country Channel.
Oh, what is it? I thought it was. Well, there is a Country Channel.
TNT or
Yeah, they do, but they have good channels. They have some good movies too.
is that
Well-
what CW stands for? Country Western or?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because that's where I watch Vampire Diaries, and they're all my vampire movies.
Well, that's probably not it. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. We need to draft a letter and take over to the cable company.
Pick 10. Mm-hmm. And I'll be a happy girl.
I would be too, and my cable bill would be cheaper. Mm-hmm. Now, figure somebody to get my phone bill cheaper.
Oh, I'll work on that next.
Okay.
But we gotta get the cable company fixed first.
We're just doing projects one at a time. Is that
Yeah,
what
but
you're
a
saying?
pick 10. I mean, because really, I have no other stations that I watch. RFD TV. My husband have to have RFD TV.
To be honest with you, I probably don't watch 5 channels.
I mean, it's a waste of.
I used to watch the news every once in a while. I totally quit watching that.
I don't watch news anymore either.
Oh, I can't deal with that.
They need a happy news station, and then I would watch.
They need something besides idiots.
Well, then we just wouldn't have TV.
And they just dig it. They take one thing and just on and on and on. I mean,
Trump supporter or not, the statement that he made about he knew what he was signing up for and he did it anyway, that made him a hero. That, to me, wasn't degrading at all. My son's in the Army. To me, that was not a bad statement. He knew what he was signing up for. He did.
well,
So, I mean, but the way they've prowled on it and made it and dug it and, once they get one segment of it ironed out, then they'll bring something else up.
well,
And it
he brings 99% of his stuff on himself. I don't have any kind words to say about the man, period.
Well, that statement to me, I mean, like I said, and our son came back in the Wounded Warrior program. That statement didn't offend us at all.
Well,
So,
my brother come back, and it wasn't pleasant. So, but like I said, 99% of his problems he brings on himself.
so
But I don't
that's
like
most
him.
everybody. Well, and that's it. That's it. You either like him or you don't.
And I don't.
That statement just didn't bother me. But and, and more, I just didn't bother me.
Well, there's a whole lot of other things we need to be worried about in this country besides.
Who's playing golf and
Yeah. Well, he's regular at the golf course, but we need this health insurance thing. That's a disaster. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I have insurance and I
Yeah.
have Medicare. I guess is what I've got, and you know. But there is so many people that don't. Let me tell you a story, and then we'll go to break, I'm sure. But one of my best friends that I grew up with, and are still best friends, her sister is having mental problems. She's elderly. She's Thelma, my friend's oldest sister, and she has having some major problems. She was having she was hearing voices, and she was living in, like this senior home down here, those apartments. She was living in Lafayette, I think, or Chickamauga, in those.
Right.
Well, she couldn't live by herself anymore because there was a lot of problems. Anyway, she had to. Thelma took her to the hospital, and then she wound up over at Valley, I think it's Valley, for a few weeks till they could get some medicine to get her straightened out. She could not go to a nursing home because she didn't have any physical issues. She could take care of herself.
right,
Even
right.
though her head was messed up.
Psychiatric and yeah.
She couldn't stay by herself, but she couldn't go to a nursing home. And finally, they found over in Lafayette, and I can't remember the name of the place. It is a nursing home, but it has something else, I guess, other rooms or something.
Right,
And they let
assisted
her-
living or
Well, they let her, she got to go there. A family like to have never, and that's sad. I mean, what do we do with not just the elderly people, but the people that have mental issues? Thelma said she had never dealt with nothing like that. I've never dealt with nothing like that. She said, I know why people are homeless.
I mean,
Because if she didn't have she's got her sister and then she's got 2 kids, but they live up in Lenore City. But if she didn't have somebody to take care of her and do this for her, she would have been in the street because
Right.
she couldn't live at the apartment anymore, the senior apartment, because she couldn't stay by herself.
that's pitiful.
It is sad. I mean, we got that issue this country needs to be thinking about. What are we going to do
That
with our...
and homeless veterans and
I mean, there's a list of things a mile long.
now there are the folks that prefer to live that way.
Oh, yeah, there is people that's just too sorry to work.
That's different.
And they just soon live in the streets, have to get a job. Now, those I don't feel sorry for.
No.
But now...
And when I see them on the side of the street and they got their little dog stuff with them, I stop and give them a dog treat.
Oh, yeah, I'll stop.
But I ain't giving them no money.
Monda Wooten went all the way. Monda went, she was going up the ridge there and going, in Chattanooga, and some guy was walking with his little dog. Monda went and got him a bag of dog food and a gallon jug of water, took it back and pulled over there and gave it to him.
How
And
funny.
she said, you can fend for yourself. Drove off. Of course, Monda would do that, but I mean, yeah, I take care of that.
somebody told me they went to one of those. They stopped on the side of the street, come to the intersection or whatever. You know what I mean? Exit.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there, need money, and they said, "Watch this." And they said, "Look, all I have is a 20. Can you give me change?" So dude pulled out a wad of money.
Oh yeah, let me tell another story real quick before Cody kills me. Bobby had a friend in Chattanooga, and his brother lived up somewhere around Cleveland or something. He would come to Chattanooga. Now this man had a house, a car. I guess at some point in time he worked to have a house and a car. He would come to Chattanooga, especially there at the East Ridge. Bobby said that was when the Kmart was booming there. He would come there and stand and with his sign, I'll work for food, I need money, I'm a veteran, whatever. And every once in a while, he said that if he could bring his sister's little
The
child,
heartstrings.
he would get
the
more money.
heartstrings. Yeah.
I wouldn't give. Well, I'd be hard pressed to give anybody standing on
They're
the street
running
name.
it for the people that need it. So
Yeah, they are. There is
They
people
really
that
are.
need it. All right, Cody's telling us break, break, break. So we got to go. We'll be right back.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe. Think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
The Dade County school system continues to put the safety of students first. That's why the Love the Bus Elementary campaign rolls on. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. If you're considering a career as a bus driver, there's a special training session coming up in October. To attend, call the Dade County Schools Transportation Department at 706-657-7053 today. Part-time hours with full-time benefits as a bus driver for the Dade County school system.
Get that next new-to-you vehicle from Rayburn Cloud at Cloud Auto Sales in Higdon, Alabama. Check out an 05 Nissan Frontier 4x4 V6 with power windows, locks, and cruise, just $6,700. How about an 06 Ford F-150 Lariat Super Crew 4-wheel drive, just $12,995. Or a 13 Hyundai Sonata, great gas mileage and new tires, only $7,995. Cloud Auto Sales now offering warranties on all vehicles. Alabama Highway 71 in Higdon, 597-3273, and on Facebook at Cloud Auto Sales.
See me for your best deal and a good used car. And yes, I'm still fishing.
Glass Farm Nursery on Highway 11 south of Trenton is now open for a limited time with what you need for the fall season. Now in their 46th year. Shop and compare. 8-inch mums just $4.99. Large mums $17.99 right now. Plus, fresh fall pansies are on site and our fruit trees are half price. Get to Glass Farm Nursery for the absolute best selection. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5, Saturday 8 to 2. Glass Farm Nursery, 4.5 miles south of Trenton on US Highway 11. For 46 years, Glass Farm Nursery.
that's my hobby.
Well, we're back with Mr. Peter Savelli. And Peter has a title. Now, what's your title?
Economic Director for Dade County and the City of Trenton.
So what have you got going on? Now, tell us something good. Tell us the secret nobody's supposed to know.
Well, I came here only to talk about one thing today, so don't ask me any other questions, okay?
Well, you come to the wrong place.
I came to talk about retail in the city of Trenton. And we've been working with the chamber on that, so it's good that Cheryl's here. But she's here all the time, I guess, isn't she?
Try to be.
We have, over the last couple of years, there's been sort of an ad hoc approach to trying to find to the city. You look around.
You need to put that on.
Did that fall off?
And it turned off. Okay.
Just bear with us here. We've got technical difficulties.
Are we
Is it on now?
working? Somebody's is on.
Not me.
Am I on?
Okay, mine's not. Hang on, mine's not making noise. Did you have any doubt?
Don't you love a live show when everything goes well?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You didn't enter my time.
Always me. It's always me. There we are.
All right. So are we a go?
I'm there. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm gonna back up 15 seconds. Is that okay? All right.
It's
Right at the start. It's a 1-minute segment. We're good?
We're good. We're good.
Good. All right.
So the big question, Peter, that I get is why can't we have a Hooters or why can't we have one of those big box names.
Yeah,
Chili's.
that'd be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Basically, it all comes down to demographics. How much traffic we have in terms of cars that are driving through the community. How many people live in the community. Without naming a particular company, I investigated about asking to bring a company here that, what people might like to eat, a donut or two. And when I looked at their data, it said there had to be 5,000 people within a 5-minute drive.
Right.
And there was no way. And so when you look at the requirements that some of these companies have, it's all about number of hands and feet and tires that move through the community before they'll even decide to come. We had one company that you're aware of that was hot to come here. A franchisor was. They found a piece of property. They loved it. They wanted to purchase it, but they had to get the okay from headquarters.
Right.
And headquarters said, no, you can't do it. It doesn't meet our demographic requirement. And all of these activities that we've been through over the last couple of years, more probably in the last 12 months or 18 months, we've been trying to do on our own. And that's sort of a hit and miss proposition. Who you're going to call, when you're going to call, are they available, are they interested? And so the IDA, in consultation with folks at the chamber, et cetera, said, we need to professionalize this.
Right.
We need to go hire somebody whose business is to do retail recruitment.
Right.
And fortunately enough, Georgia Power signed a statewide contract with a company out of Birmingham to do this that allowed communities such as ours to buy into that program at a very reasonable rate. And so the Industrial Development Authority decided to write the check for a company called Nextsite 360 to have them come in and do retail recruitment and build a number of databases that we could provide to prospective people and that they could use to go recruit people at the various conventions they go to. And so, in fact, this binder is just that you can't see it on, but there's the binder here. Is basically some of the data that they produce, and I brought some examples of it. One of the things we've missed was some professional brochures. What do you give to somebody about the community? And so what we have here is a basic document that talks about the demographics of the Trenton area. It shows, you can only see a little circle here, what the pattern is in terms of people that actually shop here. So when you're talking to somebody, they say, well, what's the shopping area? Where do people come from? Well, they don't come from just the city limits of Trenton, as we all know. They come from a lot of places. We talk about the population, how far and how many people there are within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. And then down at the bottom here, there's a list of cities that they say are comparable to Trenton. Now, the interesting thing about that is they will go back and look at those cities and say what companies, what businesses are in the retail business are in those communities that are being successful. If they're being successful in Carrollton or Graysville or Halls, Tennessee, they may have an opportunity to be successful in Trenton, Georgia as well. So they have some peer cities that they've located for us. And then they did an interesting thing, which is right up here on the top of this sheet. They said, there's opportunities that are being missed. And they went and did the data analysis, and they have a lot of data. They said there's probably $7 million leaving this community just in full-service restaurants.
Right.
Which says that there's an opportunity for full-service restaurants here for another $7 million worth of sales. Department stores, $6 million. Pharmacy and drugs, $5 million. Family clothing, $2 million. Sporting goods, $1 million, etc. It says if you're in these businesses, there's money on the table potentially for you to come in here and take advantage of what we call leakage, money that actually leaves the community. And so that kind of data, along with, and here's an interesting one, all you'll see is a lot of little dots on these sheets saying there, and they track mobile data. Where are people coming from? Where are they in the last hour before they came to the city to shop? Where are they in the morning? Where are they in the evening? What's the path to purchase? Where were they before they wound up at Ingalls, say? And so when your cell phones are on, they capture information that say, here's where people literally are coming from to shop here and come into our community.
And for those that don't have a cell phone, when you go to the register and they ring you up and they ask you to enter your zip code, that's where they're getting this is where part of this information is coming from.
Where's this right here? Where all these people?
That's Trenton.
Is this downtown?
Yeah.
Okay, so in all 3 spots here,
Yeah.
that's the majority of people.
That's right. And then, of course, this is a small version, but they have on the back of this is a map of the city where they've outlined existing businesses. So a company could come in here and say, oh, I see you have an Ingalls, I see you have a Dollar General, I see you have a Taco Bell, and they get a sense of the businesses that are here. And then a lot of the information I just ran through has sort of been put on 2 sides of a piece of paper that it can also be used as a brochure. So in addition to providing us some marketing material, obviously providing a lot of data, Next Site actually goes to ICSC conventions around the country. They're going to, I think they're going to Texas next month in November. They were recently in Atlanta, where they, not only us, but all their clients, they talk to prospective companies about the opportunities in a community such as ours. They'll also reach out to some companies to do that as well. And so we haven't had anybody yet walk in the door, but I've used this data with developers in the Chattanooga area. In fact, Nicole Blevins had one call me recently that she deals with, and I provided him most of this information for them to make a judgment about housing potentially, to build apartments, and we know there's a need there. And so this data has been used several times with developers just who've contacted me. And so now we've professionalized this in a way that we can be clear about what the opportunities are, and we know where our missed opportunities are.
One thing, I don't see it on, and Peter, it may be on here and I'm just overlooking it. I would be interested in seeing how many people are going to Tifftona, I say Tifftona, whatever you want to call it, Lookout Valley, to buy gas, and not here.
Yeah, well, I don't think you have that kind of detail that I've seen.
You know, that's the biggest complaint that I see from anybody, because I'm on Facebook and I'm on that forbidden page too, because I like to just watch what's going on, and it's gas.
Well, gas is $1.73 yesterday.
Right now in Lookout Valley, and it's $2.50 here.
Or Saturday.
Something here,
and $1.73.
But if you don't start buying it here, we can't never reduce it here. I mean, you've got to start buying at home. You know, I mean, it's different if you get stuck out in Lookout Valley and you're out of gas. You got to get home. If you're here, like I tool around from where I work, I'm 4 miles from home. I can pay the extra little bit because I'm really not. You know, I'm not going to drive 15 miles to fill up and come 15 miles back.
Well, I think one of the big problems is with the people, but big trucks. They're going to stop, because now I don't know this, Peter may know this, I'm assuming that trucking companies, when they put a truck on the road, they know gas prices before that truck ever leaves. I would think.
It shows up on their GPS.
Well, I know people shop elsewhere for gas. They price shop. People, it's not unexpected, right? That someone might do that. But we had some data recently that we got from the Department of Revenue, specifically on fuel. And, we're selling by the gallon as much fuel as we ever have. So there hasn't been a decline based on just volume, but there has been a decline in sales tax income to Dade County in terms of SPLOST dollars. So part of that has to
don't make a bit of sense to me. If
Well,
you're selling the same amount, why aren't you getting the same amount of money?
It's the price of fuel. That's one of the questions I posed to one of our representatives. I said, we're selling the same amount of gas, but we're getting less money. I'd like an explanation.
Okay, I see. I know what you're saying.
So,
but it's not just us. Fort Oglethorpe, their T-SPLOST was down. It's all over Georgia that it is down.
I can't speak for that, but it's certainly been down. Our SPLOST dollars have been down. We think part of it has to do with sales in general, but fuel is one of them. But we're selling as much diesel and gasoline So I can't. That's an area that needs to be investigated a little bit.
All right, now all these places here that these people say we're losing $7 million out of restaurant sales.
Yes.
If we had restaurants, we'd have $7 million.
Well, people are spending that kind of money elsewhere that they could be spending here in full-service restaurants. So if there was a full-service restaurant whose demographic criteria met our community,
Right.
and like I said, there have been those that are very interested in being here, and some have gotten a no, and some are in the process of still trying to get that answer from
We
them.
don't have the 25,000 daily cars coming by the interstate, or we don't have it. Some of the
And most
numbers
of the
to me
interstate
are
doesn't even count in many
Yeah.
cases. It's just what's happening on US 11 and what's happening on US 136.
some of the demographics to me just seem so broad, that it seems like an awful lot. But then when you go to look at everybody else's, it's not. It's
Well, our problem is we're too close to Chattanooga.
in Fort Payne, either way, either direction that you go.
Well,
yeah.
Fort Payne don't have a mall, but it's got many more stores and
The
a lot more
restaurants and-
restaurants.
Well, there's competition that's nearby, that's true.
Yeah.
You can drive 12 miles up the road and shop and eat.
Yeah.
I think a big key is housing. We've got that's my biggest
well,
thing.
demographics is always the question.
Yeah.
If there were more people here, or more people within, a 7-minute drive of downtown, but that, you're not going to solve that problem very quickly. So you've got to try and focus in on what can be successful based on the criteria and what numbers you have that meet those criteria.
Right.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, all these things right here, I think a sporting goods store. Now, that used to be one here.
I always thought a sporting good would be a good opportunity too.
And if you could get in with the schools and they would buy the sporting goods supplies through you, if you had one here, that would be that'd be a great sporting goods store would work here, I think, because people spend a lot of money on athletic stuff.
And recently, and in fact, I didn't bring it with me. We won the award. Won the award. We're one of the top.
We're the 17th.
17 best in the state of Georgia to start a small business is Trenton. So, if you have a business in mind and you have a good business plan, please don't start a business without a good business plan. This is not a bad town to do it in.
No, I mean, out of 100, we were number 17. So, I mean, that's huge.
Well, they need to come start a business.
Lots of opportunity.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, Peter. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
You can come back when we get all these things, and we'll talk about it again.
All right.
We'll say you're a success at your
Yeah,
job.
we'll take credit for it. That's right.
All right. We'll be right back.
At Brown's Tire Pros, your complete automotive service center, everything rotates around you. When you visit Brown's Tire Pros, you'll always get friendly customer service and high-quality work. Your purchase is also backed by the Tire Pros nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance. Brown's Tire Pros carries all major brands, including Michelin, and Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that will keep you going for miles to come. For hassle-free service and one of the industry's leading warranty packages, stop by Brown's Tire Pros in Trenton or visit us online at brownstirepros.com. Hungry? How about Cloud's Pizza on Highway 71 in Higdon? Not only do we have pizza with dough made fresh every day, Cloud's Pizza serves a delicious hot food bar, and we make cookies fresh every day. Make sure to order the famous cheese sticks, made with that fresh dough and real Wisconsin cheese. And don't miss Fish Fry Friday. That includes catfish, hush puppies, and more for only $8.99 Friday, 4 p.m. to close. Cloud's Pizza, Alabama Highway 71 in Higdon, 597-3100. Open till 8, Monday through Saturday at Cloud's Pizza. A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology, the Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main office is on Highway 11 North in Trenton, and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
Well, look who it is.
Look who come to take Peter Cervelli's seat. Man, do I feel lucky.
We got so lucky, Ann.
How did we get that lucky?
I don't know. We must have been nice this weekend.
Well, Peter's throwing a lot of stuff out there, and there are a lot of opportunities. But you know, we were talking during the break. Some of what's going on when we look at the sale of fuel, it is. If you go into Chattanooga and you go places like 153 and out in the Hamilton County in the city, it's not all that different from ours. What's happening in Tifton, I think, is they're having wars. They've got, what is that up at the Walmart? Is it Murphy's or
I think
whoever's
that's what
up
it
there?
is. Yeah.
You know, they're always, of course, you got that Walmart discount and all that stuff. But I think a lot of that is, but the thing about it is, we did find out a few years ago when Peter talked about it when we got that thing. So much of our local sales tax comes from the sale of fuel and gasoline. When we say fuel, and you look on either end of our county and you go there right now, there's trucks continuously pulling in. There's actually two in the north end of the county. You've got the BP station and you got the pilot station. In the south end, you got the pilot station. So they're still coming through, and when they fill those things up, you're talking about, you know, 200 and 300 gallon maybe at a time. And I think you said something about, you know, them knowing, a lot of times this is all prearranged for you, you know, y'all are driving my trucks and you're going to stop here, here. You're going to use pilot stations, or you're going to use Love's, which is, you know, just built across the river in Marion County. So it's not as much as what it seems when we look at those prices, but yes, it does make a difference if you're 225 here and you're 190 3 or 4 miles down the road. It does make a difference. I look at it like this: I don't want to give Hamilton County my taxes. I just don't. I'd rather keep them here, and if it means, you know, I look at it, okay, if gas is $0.10 a gallon and I put 20 gallon in, and if I do my math, that's what, $2?
It's $2.
So I have spent $2 more, but I've spent it in my county for my roads and my business.
And you didn't spend $5 to go and
get
save
up there.
that $2.
Right. So,
you know, driving there and back.
People are going to do what they're going to do, and the bottom line is on all this other stuff, and we've talked about it, and we'll talk about it. You know, there's a group of people out there that, you know, they listen to my math and it's wrong. Everybody and their brother's going to hear about it. Golf can't add, he can't subtract, but I can. I still use a pencil and all that stuff.
I'm with you,
for a lot of
Robert.
it. But you know, they want to catch you in, you know, something that they can rebut and say, well, it's not really that way. But the thing about it is, when it comes to these big restaurants, and y'all know when we did the liquor by the drink referendum and put it on the ballot, that's what it all started about. That was it. There was no talk about a little restaurant.
Right.
It was, we're never going to get, and they would name them. You name, we're never going to get an Outback. We're never going to get a Logan's.
Applebee's.
Well, the thing about it is, restaurants have tables and tables have chairs. And the bottom line is, as Peter's already said, a lot of it is how many cars are passing in front that might stop. Bottom line is, how many butts are you going to put in my chairs?
Exactly.
I've got four seats around that table. How many are you going to fill up on a regular, but not Saturday and Sunday, and not when there's a ball game going on or a NASCAR race where people are coming through. Daily basis where it's going, and that's not gloom and doom. I mean, that's just the way it is. We are a small county. We've less than 17,000 people. You go right across the line into Tennessee, you got Hamilton County, and they've got all that stuff. I would love to see us have, you know, when you look at the little friendly and exciting city of South Pittsburgh a few years ago, somebody had this idea because there's a skillet making company down there. Let's have a cornbread festival. Well, it didn't kick off very well the first year, second year, third. Now it's a big deal.
That's because Martha White bought into it.
Yeah.
And,
And there's thousands of people come through there. Yes, it's one weekend a year, but when you get those kind of things going on,
That revenue
it
in
brings
that one
people
festival, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the thing about it is when Martha White brought into it, they put money in it. You got to I don't care what you got to do, you got to have
Sponsorship.
money.
Right,
Yeah.
You got to have, you could, whatever you go to do, you cannot do it unless you've got money to start it.
Well,
and
you know,
money put into it.
I mentioned NASCAR. You look at that car and it's got all these 499 little decals. Some of them no bigger than this half sheet of paper.
Yep.
Some of them,
And they paid like $50,000 for that one piece of paper.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you get a hood of one of those NASCARs, you've
You
really
have
dropped
put
some
millions
bucks.
into it. Same thing on a golfer. You know,
A 60-second NFL Super Bowl commercial.
$1 million.
A
30-second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Robert said, Nike pays one of those golfers to wear the hat.
Oh yeah, Titleist, all these
wear them shoes,
balls and things. Ping, you name it.
You know that
they're paying millions for that man.
Exactly.
For Phil Mickelson to wear that little visor he wears all the
Now,
time.
see, I can see it putting it on the players, but when you look at $30 million for a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl, that's when I get up to go to the bathroom.
Well,
you know, that's when you people's leaving the TV.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm here to talk about something altogether different. Y'all done got me all stirred up here, but anyway, I'm just gonna say one thing. Everybody out there, if you look, every time you see a professional football player, and it shows the back of his helmet, guess what's on it? An American flag.
Yes.
So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's just all this stuff that's going on. It seems like
I haven't watched a pro football game this season.
But whether you agree with them, I don't think that is the way to discredit our flag and what it took to be able to fly that flag in freedom. I don't think they're making. These guys are making enough millions that they can go out and really do some meaningful protest if they want to, and they can go out and take some people out of the slums and put them into a much better house.
That's exactly right.
But,
if you're making millions of dollars, and just like we was talking about, their salaries millions over a period of time, but then their salary is minor to what they make off endorsements. Peyton Manning probably made more money off of his endorsements, I know Tiger Woods did, than he ever made on a football field or a golf course. So if you've got a burning desire to help, and I don't even know in Chattanooga, I know what used to be considered that would need help like that. If you've got a burning desire to go help these people, go help them. All you got to do is put your name out there, some money out there, and the next thing you know, you got everybody wanting to help build that community up.
Build some facilities for the people
exactly.
that are
and putting some education out there.
But the ringleader of it all, that Colin Kaepernick, or however you say his name, never had a hard day in his life.
Well, the thing about him, he was going to be real cute.
And now
he was
he's
going to be
crying, wanting to
smart,
come back.
and now he wants a job. I wouldn't hire him. I wouldn't care.
See what I got started out there in TV land.
Yeah. Well, now he comes back and says, "Well, if you bring me back, I won't
If you'll give me a job, I won't do it."
You'll find some
it's
other way.
all about the money.
If you've got the money and you've got the name and all that, and you want to help, you need to go help these people. And I don't care how many protests you do, and you're not going to stop people from getting killed by officers. If I was an officer and I felt like I was in danger, I'm going to shoot you.
First of all, when they tell you to stop, you stop.
Yeah.
If they would do what they say.
And if they tell you to put your hands up front, you put your hands up front.
Let me tell you, if I backtalked my mama, if my mama told me not to do something growing up, she'd whoop my tail.
Yeah.
Now, when those cops are saying, hey, you need to stop, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Well, let me say this, Robert, and then we'll move on to what you're here for.
Boy, I know how to get a show
I got to
We have another segment. We have one more segment.
You had nothing to talk about.
There is something about showing respect. Now, I taught my kids, and believe you me, Philip Street was sheriff when Brian was growing up, so Philip done me a bunch of favors. But my kids respect an officer. Mm-hmm. So people don't teach their kids that anymore.
No.
Or some people don't. I'm not saying that. But people have no respect for the policeman. And I've got my granddaughter, and I'm all the time telling her, now if you get somewhere and we get separated or something
find
else,
a police officer.
you find a police officer.
Yeah.
And you call 911 and they'll come help. Like sometimes me and her at the house by herself.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know when I might fall off the steps. Who knows?
Or you might get pushed off.
Or I might get pushed
When
off.
you're sitting at home and you start to have a heart attack, or somebody in your house starts to have a heart
Somebody
attack, or
needs to go
somebody's breaking in
911.
your home, you're going to call 911. Guess who the first person to show up is going to be?
Yeah,
It's
a
gonna be
police officer. And so whether you
and you
like,
ain't going to not let them in, and that's just it.
you may not necessarily like the officer, but you better respect him because he's there to save your life.
Exactly.
And one more thing, and then we're
One
gonna
more thing.
We'll take a break.
I remember that from my mama. One more thing.
And that's just like people that's atheist, getting on a little religion now. I can't help but believe, and I may be wrong because I've never been around any atheists, don't know any that I know of. When that good Lord, when that clock goes to ticking down to the end, I can't help but believe you'd all of a sudden get to know God.
What is it they say? I would rather believe in him and find out there's not one than to spend my life not believing him and find out that there is.
Oh, I know there's one up there. I
I know
guarantee you
there is, too.
I can promise
The old
you that-
military adage was there are no atheists in a foxhole.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
You know what?
exactly. Hey,
There wasn't a test I didn't pray before. There wasn't.
I can promise you that there's one out there. We're going to be right back, and Robert's going to tell us what he really come here
I'm going
for.
to talk about what I come here for.
This is Roscoe Pete Coltrane. I want an all-points bulletin on Comfort Gallery in Kimball. See, they must be up to something. Their trucks are all over. You just, that's very suspicious activity.
Ooh, I love it, I love it. Possum on a gunbush, Chef. Gary and all them just good old boys having a big sale, and they deliver free of charge.
Enos, you dipstick. There's no way they're delivering that much furniture. Their trucks are everywhere.
It's because of their great prices and service, Chef. They have catnapper recliners for $269, new queen mattress sets $299, king size mattress sets $399, memory foam pillows $19.99, queen size chairs, sleigh beds $299, lift chairs and adjustable beds also on sale.
Enos, will you hush? I heard all that. I love it, I love it. Check out Comfort Gallery Mattress. And they're having a big sale. They offer free delivery and setup. 6 months same as cash. Ooh, free 1-year layaway and even a no credit check payment plan. I love it, I love it. They're open 7 days a week and accept most major credit cards. Good.
Looking for a great way to change your look? You'll find the friendly professionals at A Classy Cut Salon ready to care for you. A Classy Cut Salon is in the Gross Shopping Center next to the Dollar General. We serve men and women of all ages at A Classy Cut Salon. Call 657-5607. That's 657-5607 for an appointment, or just walk right in for your next classy cut from A Classy Cut Salon in the Gross Shopping Center, Highway 11 North in Trenton.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
All right, now we're going to be quiet and let Robert tell what he's here for.
Yeah, when these two be quiet, don't look up because you're going to get a flying pig going to splatter something.
I'm going to eat my peanut brittle and let you talk.
So no, I come here today again to just talk a little bit about the election that's going on. I went by the election office before I came down here. Now this early voting has been going on now for 9 days because I think last Sunday was a Monday was a holiday. So been going on 5 days. Anyway, however long it's been going on, today a total of 128 votes have been cast.
Now is that city and county?
That is city and county total, and there's more county votes than there have been city votes. There's only 42 voted in the city. Now, listen to me again, and I'm only doing this for information. I will say again, I haven't heard again this week that somebody, somewhere, some group says we didn't like the liquor by the drink vote we got before, so we found a way to put on. Absolutely. As I told you last time, Ann, we had nothing to do with that. You know it, I know it, and American people know it. This is the City of Trenton election.
Exactly.
Okay, so only 42 people, and you think about it now, Trenton vote, and I live in the city. There's 3 people running for your police commissioner. There's 2 people running for parks and recreation, I think. You're not seeing a lot of sign up, but they're out there. They're running, and that's the people that are going to make decisions for you over the next 4 years, just like a county commissioner or anyone else that elected to a 4-year term. So you need to get out and vote, and the voting is going on at the commission room, not at City Hall where it always is, but it's, you know, you can throw a rock and hit one from the other, so it's really, it didn't inconvenience people any at all. But what's going to happen is this low turnout is going to decide a lot of things. Now, the bigger thing, and we just talked about with the restaurants, as far as the City of Trenton, that is the liquor by the drink referendum is on there. It's basically mirrors what was on the county in our last election. It's just, but you have to vote it in the city. Because again, just because the county voted it in, and Cheryl Painter builds a restaurant or buys a place, puts in a restaurant in the City of Trenton, you still cannot do it. The restaurant across the street, the restaurant up the hill, they cannot do it until it's voted in the City of Trenton. And I will tell these restaurants in the City of Trenton and anyone else, there are state laws that override
That's what I was fixing to say.
a lot of county or ordinances and whatever. And one of them is the distance from a church or a school or, you know, certain things, daycare centers and that kind of thing. So if you're in a building that is too close to a church, you still can't. You still cannot have that distilled spirits in that restaurant. So there's a lot to be considered in it, but just think about it. And there are 13 mail ballots that have been sent out. 11 of them are city residents, 2 are county. Now, the next thing, we talked about this before, why are we talking about it in the county? We have a special election going on with the city election of Trenton. So when you go in, and you live in the county, right?
Yeah.
So you live on Back Valley Road. If you go in to vote tomorrow or this afternoon, you're only going to have one thing to vote for.
Right.
And that is the T-Splosh that we're talking about. You're not going to vote for any commissioners, any city people, any liquor by the drink, or whatever. When they give you your little card, you slide into that machine, it's going to bring up one question and one question only, and that is about T-Splosh. So it's a special election, but we only had to pay for one election because the city was having one anyway.
And that made way more sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Now, that being said, on November, I think it's the 6th, on the election day, at all 7 of our precincts, which is where they are now in the commission room, is the City of Trenton precinct. You got North Dade, South Dade, West Brow, New Salem, West Brow, New Salem. You got New Home, and you've got Davis. Those will be opened up on election day for people to go in out of the county and vote. And that's the only thing they're going to vote for is one issue, and that is whether or not we will have a T-Splosh. It's going to be voted up or down in this. Can it come back? Yes, it can. It can be put on another election. But I've just done some work, and again, I'm just giving this totally for information, and it's helping a little bit because people are saying, now I'm understanding more about it. Peter talked about it a little bit. Not that long ago, we were taking in 200,000 and more a month in Splosh, and now we're taking in around 160. Now, if my math is correct, and you're checking me out there, 160,000 a month times 12 comes to $1,920,000 a year. Now, a fourth of that go to the City of Trenton, because the only way you could have it was for the city to get a fourth, or your cities to get up to a fourth of it. We only have one city. That leaves in the county $1,440,000 a month, based on $160,000 a month coming in. Now, that is over a 5-year period for the Splosh is $9,600,000. We can do a lot to our roads with that. People are paying for it already, but we don't have enough in the general fund. without raising millage rates and all that. To do things like people say, when are you going to put stripes on the road? My Lord, that stuff is so expensive to put down. You're talking $1,000 just for a few miles.
It ain't just paint, y'all.
No, it's not paint.
Right.
It's very expensive. So that's what's going on, and we just want people to be more informed of why it's at the place it is, what's on the ballot. It's a city, and yes, it is a county to an extent. But the bottom line is get out and vote, because even with a whole county, 128 people is not much.
That's
when we
right
have
now,
probably
only
8,000
42
voters.
people in the city have a right to complain. So
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't.
I mean, that's how I feel
you're
about
If you
it.
ever want to change it, you better go vote.
If you don't
Well,
vote, you can't complain.
I think, and I didn't understand this, Robert, until actually I ran into Billy Massengale up at the post office. Now, if the T-SPLOST passes, then Billy's budget will be took completely out of the budget.
Most if not all of it will, because that's what they do. They pave roads and ditch and cut trees.
Everything road related
And by these
will go
numbers,
into this pot over here. And I think that's another thing people don't understand. They don't understand that SPLOST money has to go in certain pots.
Right,
It can't just be.
this has to be used for transportation purposes.
And that would be
So,
roads, bridges.
His budget right now, of course, we get things like LMIG money. That's money from the state based on the sale of fuel and all that stuff. But if you look at his budget right now, and it's $600,000 a year, we'll say, and now you're talking about getting $1.4 million a year out of this 1 cent sales tax. Then how much more can you do with that? And of course, you've got to have a big project, and we've said over and over again that big project is one that people still want to see, believe it or not. A lot of people want to see another entrance to I-59 in the north end, not the north end, but north of Trenton, somewhere in the...
Hey, I totally agree with that too. That would cut out a lot
of the traffic going through here. That would cut it out. That's leaving our industrial park, the truck traffic
Exactly. They could go down there and get on the freeway. Now, who makes that decision about the exit?
Well, we make a decision of what our big project is.
But now, wouldn't the federal government or the state?
It'd be the state. That's federal highway, but the state does all of it. But yeah, when we can get, you've got some clout then, to tell them, because when GDOT does something,
money coming in.
GDOT does something, they say, well, it's in the plans. Well, it may have been in the plans for 15 years, and it may be in there again for another. See, that has been on the plans, my understanding, since I-59 was put through.
Well, now, the exit they got in Fort Payne, that back on this side of Fort Payne, that had been on the books for a long time. Back when it was a lot of industry down on that end of Fort Payne. But then the industry left, but they still got their exit because it was on the books.
And it keeps you from having, if you don't need to go into Fort Payne and
you don't have to go.
You don't have to go.
Exactly. Yeah,
that gives you another one.
If they hadn't lost all those sock mills down on that end of the county, that exit would have been great. Well, Robert, we got just about a minute, so tell people about the vote, where they need to go vote.
Okay, you go to the commission room where the commission holds our monthly meetings, right there. We're across from the tax commissioner's office, not City Hall. And then on election day, which I think is November the 6th, it's a Tuesday, we all know that, it will be at your precinct. After this early voting is over, it will be at your precinct wherever you vote, wherever you live in the county. So if you live in New Home, you'd go to New Home Precinct, which is the Baptist Church, the White Oak Baptist Church, or wherever that you go. And we'll just see how it goes. But you folks in the city of Trenton, you've had 42 to vote, and you've got two people running for office, and you got a liquor by the drink on your ballot, not on that county ballot, on your ballot as a citizen of the city of Trenton.
Right. All right, so if you want changes or you want it to stay the same, whatever you want, if you don't go vote, don't fuss.
That's it. Right now, only 42 people can.
Don't want to hear it. Don't forget, Trick or Treat Alley.
This Saturday
starting at what time?
Starts at 5:30.
5:30.
Come get that candy and sweeten up.
That's right. And I'm taking Brayley, so Brayley and Jax both are going, so I can steal all the candy I like out of their bags.
There goes the Reese's Pieces.
I make my rounds for anybody.
Hey, I'm getting the Reese's Cups. All right, we will see you next week.
You've been watching Around Town on KWN Community TV Channel 7. The views and opinions on tonight's program are not necessarily those of staff nor the management of KWN Community TV Channel 7 and Dade County Broadcasting Incorporated. Join us every week for another edition of Around Town on KWN TV 7.